Alright, so today I'm going to be diagnosing an issue with a Fleck 2850 water softener. Let me flip my camera. So this Fleck 2850 style head, take this off. Normal head with a timer clock. Has been using salt. I already pulled the float apart so we can go ahead and test the gears. So the very first thing to check is, does this thing have power going to it? You pop that open, you can see the motor spinning. Yes, we have power. So there's a couple of things that usually go wrong with these. Either this brine exchange valve gets so clogged up that this button doesn't push in. This gear could wear down. If this is constantly spinning, it's because of one of these two micro switches is bad. But the most common culprit is the spacers and washers in here. But today, I've already diagnosed this, but I'll show you. So this thing goes through a 4-cycle process. So here's the first cycle. It's gonna spin this gear. It's spun the gear, it's its first cycle. It's fluffing all the resin up right now. So the second cycle pulls water from the salt tank. So just the next click, you see the gear spinning again. Now, this right now, if you put your finger on there, it should have full suction. Right now, I don't have full suction. So usually that tells me that's the spacers and washers that we talked about back here. That's the issue. But in this particular rare instance, that's not the case. I'll show you. So we're gonna skip to the 4th cycle. So this is the 2nd cycle, where it's just pulling the salt water and replenishing the resin. Gonna skip over to the 3rd cycle. And what the 3rd cycle does is it puts the water and pushes the resin back down, flattens it down flush. So here we go. The 4th cycle is where we're having our issue as well. So what you'll notice is, when I get to my 4th cycle, so right now we're in the 4th cycle, and it should be dumping water out like crazy. But in this particular instance, this motor is so old that this metal has weakened. So this isn't pushing the button in far enough to make that put as much water into the salt tank as it should. So if you notice, if I just push on this a little bit, there we go, I got water again. So that's the issue, is this motor here is just so old that it needs to be replaced. Everything else has been replaced recently. It is all brand new parts. So we're literally just gonna take this head off and switch everything. For switching out this head, there's two things you're gonna do. You're gonna unscrew this piece and take this pin out right here. And after you take the pin out, unscrew this piece. The whole thing's just held in by these two screws. Alright, so now the new control head's on, and I already pressurized it from just the inlet, but I still have the outlet off and the bypass open. So this, we had cycling every day. So we're just going to push all these pins out. And it's 11:30 a.m. so we hold that red dial in, adjust these outer teeth, and we'll move freely. Put it right time of day, right around 11:30. That'll click into place. Now we go test our cycles again. So first cycle, fluffing up the resin inside the tank. So now the gear stopped. We're gonna go ahead and click our 2nd cycle. We're gonna squirt water for a second, but now you should have a nice strong suction. Yep, you can hear it. Nice strong suction, which means it's going to pull that salt water up. Go ahead, clicking, so we get to the third cycle. That puts the water back into the tank and pushes all that resin back down. Flattens all that resin. And now here's the crucial fourth one, putting water back into that tank. There we go. So now that tank, the float will tell that one to shut off. And that's it. The softener is 100% fixed. I just gotta put all this back together now.